client with 3 crore revenue takes almost the same effort as a 300 crore revenue client would take. This is what a friend of mine told me when he was talking about his early days in consulting. So when he started his business, he would accept any client until he came to this realization that for the same effort, you can have impact X or you can have impact 100X. And naturally, he would get paid a lot more by the bigger clients. And therefore, at that point, he stopped taking small clients. Now, why does it matter to us? Maybe you and I, we are not consultants. The reason it matters is the same idea applies when it comes to our own life, our own productivity. When we think of productivity, what is the most common perception people have? Which is that I need to get all my things done. So I'm looking for some system or some mechanism whereby all my to-dos would get done. And my answer is, it's a really bad idea. Here is why. In your whole long task list that you have, or the to-do list that you have, there'll be lots of different things. And just like the example my friend gave, there'll be this task equivalent to this 3 crore client. There'll be like this small task. There'll be a 30 crore client equivalent task. And there'll be this like 300 crore equivalent task, which means your tasks do not have the same value. As an example, if you're working on, let's say, a strategic plan for your business for the next 6 months. Now what happens? Let's say you're working on that, and then in between, while working, you hear a ping. You hear a notification, then you check your email, and then somebody has written something, and what happens? Now you disagree with what that person said. The moment our mind says, no, I don't agree. What do you want to do? We want to give our 2 cents. That's what people say. And then you email that person, you express your disagreement, and then they respond. And now there is a back and forth on email or maybe on WhatsApp or on some messaging platform. And maybe you wasted next 45 minutes on that stupid email, doing back and forth, exchanging your 2 cents and listening to the other person's 2 cents, when literally that $1 million task is still sitting and waiting. Trust me, this happens to all of us. It happens all the time. When our mind looks at different tasks intuitively for us, every task is just a task. We don't intuitively see the size. We don't feel like, okay, this is only 1x, this is 10x, this is 100x. So I'll have to do 100 of these 1x tasks to get the same value as this one big task. No, in our mind, this is a task. This is one more task, this is just another task, right? Of course, it is entirely possible that a bigger task or higher value task may take some more effort, but it will not be 100 times more. Maybe it's 2 times more, maybe 3 times. Sometimes it can be even exactly the same. But the bigger point is that if we go with our intuition, we will not naturally go and pick the highest value tasks. Instead, we will treat everybody equally. This is what I would like to call the socialism of tasks. Every task is treated almost equally. And when it comes to your productivity and your time, it's a really bad idea. Why? Because you have only so many hours. You have 24 hours. And in those 24 hours, you want to do good work, but you want to get done with your work. And you also want to have some time for yourself. You want to have time for fun, spend time with your family, maybe just entertainment, play games, do whatever. It's up to you. But you should not have to spend the whole day just chasing things and just trying to get maximum number of things done. So I want to today leave a very simple idea with you, which is get rid of this notion that we have to do a lot. Also get rid of this idea that just because something feels like I have to work on this, it is the right thing to do. No. You might be going towards a 1x task, in which case, no matter how well you do it, the value is going to be only 1x. So our goal has to be to not fall in this trap. And when do we fall in this trap? You fall in this trap of chasing everything, number one, when you start your day without a clear sense of what is my priority? What should I be working on today? I know it sounds like a theoretical question, but most of us don't ask this. We should be. It's a very real thing. What matters to you today? Yeah, I have 25 things. I don't care. Which are the real high value things? Second thing is that even when you're working on them, your mind will want to jump around and go to this email or look at your messages or just respond to something. Every time you have this desire to respond to something, remind yourself, $1 million thing is sitting there while you are spending or getting 2 cents from each other. Terrible idea. So then productivity becomes a very simple thing. At its very core, it is about identifying things that really matter and then training your brain or finding ways to prevent getting sucked into those low value activities where you are exchanging 2 cents or doing something which is worth like 1x, and stay with this big task and try to make as much progress as possible during the day. Now, of course, I'm not saying that in 24 hours, that's all you do. Maybe you have to do your laundry, you have to do your chores, you have to do some stuff. I get it, right? But those things can be done during the part of the day when you're not very alert, maybe when you don't want to use your brain capacity, you just want to like get something done mindlessly. During that time, you can do those things. But during the day, especially forenoon when you are alert, that is a time when you have to have this 100x thing clearly outlined, and that should be a goal. So very simple. When you start a day, don't start working. Okay? Don't start working. Don't check your email. That's not how you start work. That's how you waste your life. So how do you start work? Or how should you start work? You should start by asking yourself, what is it that really matters for me today? And naturally, when you look at your list, you can come up with a few things that matter, and don't try to do all. If every day you can spend just a couple of hours on a few things, maybe even one thing that really matters, trust me, in a matter of days and weeks, you will get way more done and create way more value than somebody who's logging 12, 14 hours a day and just trying to do a lot. In short, if you want to do more, do less, but do the right things.